Hi, this is Wayne from Inkish at OPS 2025. We're coming to the end of the first day, and I have the pleasure to be with Christoph Clermont
Yes,
from Printess.
beautiful pronunciation.
There we go. You see, they say English can't use French, but we don't do too bad. Very nice to meet you, Christoph.
Nice to meet you.
So you were saying before we came on camera that this is your third time at OPS?
Yes, that's true.
So obviously the online print industry is a big market for you. The software that you're producing is helping in developing that particular market?
So with Printess, as some might know, we do online editor technology. So we carry on the graphic part of the journey. So there is the e-commerce part, there is this graphic configuration part and building of templates, all that. The automation of this process is basically what Printess is doing. And in that role, yes, the online industry is, of course, an important market for us. Not the only one, honestly. We also have a lot of clients in the range of publishers. So like English, for example, greeting cards, and also very exotic things, people who producing games, game card holders. So all these, we heard it today in the OPS that, of course, there is a niche market player, all the people who really focus on very, very niche products, and they get pretty successful. And on the other hand, there is generic, the large online printers, which of course it's pretty interesting for us. And it's kind of new, honestly, because where we will talk about Printess-Make, the new thing, the new kid on the block, because honestly, originally Printess was heavily focused on the B2C industry. So what we're doing is photo products in a way. So most of the things we're doing, and even greeting cards, I would count to that because it has a lot to do with photos, with personal experiences, with online designing inside and photo books and these stuff, but also marks and posters, and that's actually our core competency where we most of the clients are working in. And we got the question from the online printers, can you help us with a particular problem? And that's what we try to do.
That's the best way to develop a problem, a product, isn't it? To solve a problem.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I know. So to this OPS, we are introducing Printess-Make, which is basically a little bit kind of an AI agency in the box, where I can tell where my company name is, what I'm doing, just 3 lines of text, basically very short, and it creates me a complete flyer, a complete poster, a complete what's called a stopper, the things you put on the sidewalk, or whatever product. So Printess is extremely product agnostic. So you can put any product in Printess, and now you can let any product design with Make, which means that the AI does all the jobs. It creates the text in the proper language, creates the images, and gives you a huge variety of layouts. And the differences to other solutions on the market, that's where we're really unique. These layouts stay editable. So the customer can continue to edit, can continue to change images, to recalculate, regenerate images with AI, whatever, put their own in, change every text, and work on the layout in a consequent way. So we got really a small agency giving you a proposal with extremely amazing results. It doesn't make any sense to talk about it. It's just everybody can try this out at printess.com and just type in anything they want, and it will be surprised how good the results are.
I saw a demo of it this morning. It was on one of the presentations, and it looks amazing. But that's going to give anyone the opportunity then, isn't it? So if I think the demonstration was about somebody that had a cake shop and they just typed in a few words and everything was created from there. It's quite amazing what it does.
That's definitely what it does. And it's interestingly, so one of the biggest problem of this industry is that they will get eaten up by platforms. So I heard that in the OPS a lot of times, everybody calls themselves a platform. We don't, because we aren't. But a platform also means for me that a platform wants to acquire customers on their own. We're completely cloud-based, we're API-driven, but I would not call Printess a platform. We are a white label B2B service technical company. So all the other design solutions on the market, they want to steal customers from the online printing world. That's the Canva, you make an account there, and in the end, they decide where to print. So it's actually a really, really problematic thing. So many people came to us over the years and asked, can we help with that? And it was pretty hard to help with that, because if you imagine, people like Canva, they spend millions of dollars to create hundreds of millions of design to actually have something for everyone. But now honestly, if you say you're a cake shop, you're from Germany, you do kind of special chocolate cakes, and you want to have that in German, and you want to have a flyer, and you try that, and you go to Canva, for example, you will realize that the result is maybe 2, 3 selections.
Yeah.
And maybe 4 or 5, whatever. But it's actually drilled down because of this huge multiplication, language, subject, product type. That makes it so hard. You need billions of designs, actually. And with Make, it's a completely different story, because not only that, how specific you are, it doesn't matter. You still get a huge amount of designs and layouts, but also these layouts are individually created for you. So let's say you're a dentist and you want to have a flyer. And what you don't want is that the dentist next door has the same images on the flyer. That will never happen.
Of course.
Because thanks to generative AI, we can just create everything on the fly, and it's always
unique.
Every time it's unique, every time it's different, and you will always definitely get your artwork.
Right. Okay.
Like going to an agency.
Yeah. Wow. So taking it a step further, so somebody's come on and created the cake shop and created, maybe a poster, a flyer, maybe some business cards on your system. They purchase it, they buy the artwork, and then it fires into your customer's production system. Does it go create jobs in the MIS?
So what Printess is basically doing is, as I mentioned, we're actually the graphical solution. We're an editor solution. We integrate basically in the e-commerce spot. So what we're doing is that we have integrations to all major e-commerce systems, but also customers can integrate them wherever they want.
Right. Okay.
So it's always the same story. People come to the site, they do their artwork, and whenever they purchase that, we generate just a token, and then the system, it could be the Shopify store, it could be the Bprint store, it could be the MIS of the customer, just requested by that token, requested the final print-ready files, and from there on they go. So that's also when we learned today, because you asked that, I think it's a very, very important question. We had that today, that automation is so much key. It was key since ever. So the most successful printers are all tech companies. That's what I actually saw over the years. And this goes on and on. So in our solution, since we are completely cloud and API driven, we can cater any possible workflow. For example, we are working for Dyn Design. It's a German company. They're doing mobile phone cases, and we solve huge problems for them, because it's a million of different products. Imagine they have, I don't know, I don't have the numbers in mind, I think maybe 800 different cases for I don't know how many mobile phone models, with all the different aspects and everything, and then the motifs. So you end up in hundreds of millions of templates. So you cannot create hundreds of millions. No chance to do that. So what we need is, and it's pretty much, a lot of things are similar to Make, is you need a solution where a design can adapt to sizes, where we are extremely strong with printers, adapt to motifs, and combine everything on the fly. When the customer says, I want to have more, my iPhone 15, I want this kind of flap case, and in that moment, the template is just created on the fly. And this is just a simple example of what happens in many of these industries, where the process is much more complex than just. This is the difference of printers to InDesign. You don't have a static design where you put something on, but you do actually have always a graphical way and always kind of a rule set still, because you want to have highly automation. So you don't need to create 1,000 or 10,000 or millions of designs. That's all automation.
You're making people's life a lot easier.
It is. It takes some time. They really realize what they can do with customers, and then once they wow, that's crazy. So,
I've heard a lot today that has blown my mind, and that's in that mix as well. I mean, software in our industry is becoming more and more important. I mean, as you said, it's been important for a while, and workflow and that kind of thing. But it sounds like your new product is fitting in a nice niche.
Yeah. And it is kind of, when you look at printers, it's kind of one thing on top. So what we did with printers is, we are in the industry also. Kind of, Printess is not, it's still a startup, I don't know, 4 years, whatever. But, we are in the market for over 20 years. With Direct Smile, we started around 2000. And over all these years, we learned that the biggest problem and hurdle is if you don't have the graphical foundations. I would say like an InDesign, something like a comprehensive tool which can do anything. If you don't have that, you just don't have those solid fundament. So you cannot build on top of it. And what we did with Printess is honestly, we got the money, we got the freedom, we got the time to write the software we wanted to have. And we were not just, we were not in a rush to release early back in the years. So we took the years it takes. And then we actually built that strong foundation where now on top, we can work really powerfully with any kind of AI technology, because in the end it needs to be printable. It's more than an image. We all know that printing is, if you have a large sign or a roll up, it's one image with a resolution of 1000 by 1000. Won't help really. No. So we all need kind of conservative technology with high quality output together with AI, and this is actually what makes us strong and gives us the ability to do that.
It's a very exciting time for you. It's great. It's great to hear that you're solving problems. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. And we'll let you get back onto more learning at OPS.
Absolutely, we will do.
Thank you, Christoph.
Thank you.